Yansan Suma adofo akwaba ya tena nkonya brunsi na chese oman komo na ebedi ayama yosem tie nyina yeboa na yaye oman ni misro wotremupo no wadwen no anka ukuchiri na de baye abefo kwantempon tintankese nso ebeboan in the Facebook ni nuanom ahobrase kwa so de troto omrepam yebeken kan amount and the voter registration exercise limited exercise ekoso ebedi ho enkomo matters arising. NPP lost 2024 elections in 2022 according to Kennedy Japan. And you ever heard on seminar so yaka. But I'm sure say initially no say 2 minutes big rampa eja to CMB no mesre na minuanom atem kakra amayen. Lawyer citizen Otu Darko yemranimni osanso general secretary Emma the GCPP sanso na lawyer Emmanuel Kujo Mensa and so your former PC aspirant ma Shobu constituency sanso ye NDC ni mapa menoka say lawyer Andrew Apia Dankwa abeka enche obejoine a private legal practitioner sanso a astute member of the MPP empanifo ma yemisa sempom to say Emmanuel Kwabon so
that's it nanotu easy anapay maminchio
that's it
na member about wujuma pa years man Ghana na book wa etumso atro actually your mamba pampa na actually the whole of Africa I mean you were jumazi and if now you start there you conscientize ya hu na you take the necessary steps not just to pay a lip service but ye be ye nziye ya ana na we butu na mana obobo mamanya for the fra I think able to me that affect the others so I think it's a good course that you have taken and I pay minchia when you lawyer Kujo Mensa so na na notu I am a cousin I am a client officer but I know then can now whatever goes round comes back around. But in there, whatever goes round does not have the transport to come back around. Into the kwema na we see waka ho. And to say if you look at in them breed nkofo atete a worukum. The fact that he is car na wasa
200 cedis versus here 100
it's oh yeah, I am really saddened this morning. Like, if Nkukrafo and Brofa want to come to American embassy, they themselves have realized there's no future. Into Warko, and I interviewed one also at least one young Kunjan and Nanum with 2 years the Kunjan. And it looks like one crown they don't see a future.
But do you see a future yourself?
Oh, for me, like I said, I initially said the outers are musumetas and you trying to money busy.
That's up.
I believe that if we continue on that tangent,
that the current crop of leadership.
Oh, they are failed. So I mean, all the top Africa. If you look at Africa generally, all those over 70-year-old men, I mean, they are failed leaders, and their generation have failed us because they were the ones that they benefited. Papa. From what exactly and one what do you what feel what's in the moon so can them be what they should be far higher motorway and Kuma or the cement here and then they educate the first cement motorway man who like I sometimes ask myself in Ghana turning the curve and you turn the curve by
ask these questions. Ghana
and I can see you know so it is painful and you felt today somebody like our current president how he fought what he did in opposition what he was contributing to the national discourse say Nyama Nkoye or very vocal about it Nende during his tenure everything he fought against is fighting him now. And it shows you how the world is.
Mira, Ramuna.
Nana, good morning.
Good morning.
It's especially last Thursday, MC Jumedia Odi Nyamishra contributing to intellectual sort of ideas na Nyamishra Nunsha production team Kwachemo if you so many panelists especially me person me control trouble for because MC despite challenges are Jimenez and in the Electoral Commission already up to 2 years. It appears trouble for our resolve say this time we are going to work very hard to make sure say no matter what happens MPC incumbent or Mr. Moses Senim Ukraine on you be you so any as a bonny but ne juma de and so any in the trouble de we've resolved say this time party you be in if you make sure trouble for you know Mr. Chia chairman Abdulaziz this time he only a year Emma Bibia for year at least Otu Yadanyamia say tinkomu but in Kariaka Ghana de akapa because some of the things are developments that cost no junior one tiasie say bia I think addition your kokosia sebi instead of applying it to na they got to them na when it comes to the management of our country and some of the decisions we take inti lukrasem yeah ma nipa abembu kakra but we will not give up because as young men and women coming up, you know, we need to make sure say at least we'll put the effort in to revise or review enyama enkoye na makrono ejina. Inti that is what made be here na me chia with for so na bibia
1 minute in case no one
I think say
1 minute
1 minute and the crasem ni na to when it comes to sa ejan nsem na I don't know say obi afemuda na who say enye ade a agrodie I mean to wake up to news in 2023 say fire agati a major facility like the CMB any that area a hard dream because enka obedwin say with developments any just progress I hear from Nkrumah time nka by this time there we have fire protection systems any hydrants this and mananka ebema enema be why be prevent it uko amanonias the reasons why we call them safe countries etc adwenipo amude ato they've sat down planned sa hazards it be potentially see no map kwan bi dey sisi ohwe ubon say kwan hu nyinara they have got hydrants any water systems available say eja eba say better sisi there is a way a friend saying it could be prevented using that way you don't need a fire service truck to go to the beach in Jamestown and say no go fa ensio ediaba and when unfortunately in our country we say the devastation before we say if you know ensio never sometimes you even call
hydrants maybe one time what you was I'm serious
no
I'm the container this hydrant
but you see me no near ha me kran say to what extent are we equipping fire services I think you said earlier on say a whole fire service we don't even have an helicopter. Why?
I didn't know until this one.
I didn't say but the whole country.
Yes.
I know this before. Your mama tried to equip some of this way, but I'm saying say no.
Now having a national discourse in Kokra. Your mama will to helicopter.
No.
So my argument was referencing the fact that say Ghana Fire Service in helicopter. Say your mama to helicopter.
I didn't say otoy. I'm saying say. Or no, what's happening? Said no. Yeah, security services they have challenges, and so let's equip them. And so he began the process. All what I'm saying is, the devastation.
DCPP, I think we must try you.
Well, the devastation. Oh, me cast some.
I how many years? 8 years. 8 years. JJ Betras 8 years. Nana Atamels Mahama Betras 8 years. It is saying.
Nana.
Montimanto helicopter.
Nana, meba.
You can't say Monto.
Now, what I'm trying to say is, you see, me pa our vision on Nanka, say, ye ni Nanka Buano. Very unfortunately, Ghanaians, through the propaganda of Yenu Anumunti, they felt, but I'm telling you, oh, of course, because the guy had the vision. John Mahama had the vision, and all what I'm saying, say, I'm not, here to do politics with this, because the devastation to the ordinary Ghanaian, very sad, because when records are going to be lost, people are going to.
The politics you do this morning can't even wash before me. What I know, there's a Ghana National Fire Service helicopter. What can I say? That is it. How you wanted to equip one way. Oh, do we have helicopter?
No. And I'm not running away from that.
We don't have it.
All what I'm suggesting to you is, at the end of the day, you had a visionary leader, of course, he did. He started with, the military, as you know.
Akufo-Addo has also equipped the military.
So what I am saying is that I wished, say, Ghanaians would have reposed that confidence in him and, supported him to continue. Now, hopefully, by this time, maybe we might not be in this situation. But anyway, look, let's bring the situation back home. I'm saying, say, the effects of fire, and there's some because the investments are that area. Now, Sadi see, cause a lot of problem. Me power chow. Our penny won out to see what now so from 2017 up to now. Pacho, Miaweni, not prioritize it, sir. Now more the equipment they need to be able to function effectively as the other countries are. Yet they want to talk more. Now, Akobane say, and ye crown on Yamakoye. That's all what I'm saying about that.
We have new architecture, ban. Here, Crunchy, better says it to us to 25. If not, say you're starting body that. Yeah, so your fire tendency. Many should say we do 10th floor. Helicopter. They say, example, we've gone the era. You did high sophisticated drones. Any idea? I'm not sure. Say you will be near there. You're coin.
No,
because I'm a penny back. But the helicopter back home. Now back to the right, back to the left, area to area, and then to your penny back. I know. Say we must invest in the protection of our president. But largely, what will affect the people. Leaders don't care about it.
Systematic failure, and I think that you see, I always say that so much of a reactive society, we are not proactive. As and when development is going on, you realize that this is the projections, and that's where you will still go back to Nkrumah, his vision. In Yamebu, he didn't think of just today. He thought about the next 20 to 30 years. And you see, it's also because of our governance structure. Omanpenibia Badunda, Aldrin, the next time, because within 4 years, I need to account to my people. In the interim, I can show that this is what I've done. Because the ripple effect, since that internet we could see any structure, for instance, when we're building, is it the Jubilee House or Flagstaff House? People did not understand. Because at the interim, what's
the name of the seat of the president?
What mean, because memes are Flagstaff House, so Jubilee House. I mean, Ghana, we are not serious. Into the seat of government.
So even the seat of presidency,
but he said,
yes, serious. Mame kind. You see, the most important thing in there, your governance structure, no. If individuals were not thinking about just winning elections, but unfortunately you can't say you won't. It's part of it, and it's structured because we don't have a developmental agenda. We have political party manifestos. And a political party manifesto is not aligned with the development agenda of the country. What they will do in there? They can go to elections with it and say this is what ABC we have done. Because probably before I procure fire tenders or certain elevators, I should ensure that the facility will be park or crowd. In Tabion and the Mrisi, may no two. In Team Pokuno Ben or Babia non Tredo. We don't have that agenda, we don't have that plan. Into Biaba, also near house, into ones that I can do, but within the short period, I can use it for accountability and vote. That's what we are doing, and that's why I say we are doing ad hoc measures to solve entrenched problems. And until we have a plan political party manifestos goes in line with that plan, we wouldn't see the kind of forward thinking that we should be seeing.
Some way to say this year bounty and pamo. They create them near pamo. Now most of the same thing. Tea and pamo one.
Said you have to first time
That's the mission.
Tuesday there was some Tuesday club.
That's an enjoyment. Tuesday balls to how do I apply?
Tuesday club sometimes about systems. About systems. Oh, because you're too interested in MPP and NDC anyway.
Problematic.
You see, right now, I'm also interested when they think when they sell poison to Ghana for Ghana for better. No, that actually the tackles are yeah, because almost of too powerful. Or top poison. They can take poison and sell it on the ticket of NDC better, and now we can take poison and sell it on the ticket of MPP better. You see, just a Ghana for I think you see, sovereign power the way that's it demanded such systems. And systems now to the frustrated, very frustrated. Say, when you come about agenda, and we say, my backfire, back security is so basic and so fundamental. Say, by now we should be having this discussion. And once again, I want to agree with him in terms of your governance structure. Actually, you can say, country, you say country, no. And I'm saying a country about starting from cities. First of all, starting from villages, in the bad cities. What do editors here? And then something in the cities in the bad country. Now, you say Ghana is Ghana Fire Service, Ghana Police. Say you serious man, say so-called DCs, MCs, more or less, more share. Sitting in security couples. Now, our duty first of all is to provide safety, the police force. What do I say? One, fire service. You was a city or fire service. Oh, take me decentralize such structures now to the form. Because everyone says, "What say? This is Ghana. This is structures. What say? Ashama. I say that to and I say, "What say? You are Ghana air tray. I cry tray." This is fire service. Need free here.
For instance, who are Benjamin Jato? This is free Medina.
Now, madam, almost fire service. You see, secondly, say you're doing your structures now. You'll be a friend of building codes because you're planning. You create a whole method of planning. As happened, they're supposed to put together a building code, put together a fire code. What I say? Even though it's a diagram, yeah, that will bring what is it? Now I'm full because all your fire code, the fire, Ghana, you're there, burglar proof. Yeah, it should be legal. That's all proper fire code. Because
the janitor front, and most of the time, also gates, and I don't hear back. The janitor say through her, burglar proof and so on to be fine.
What I say, what I say. So you hear a nation of thinkers.
So you said something very important. When people say this sweeping of side, so that at least if bloggers sit here, they can pick it. Say we should declare burglar proof, illegal. Okay.
Yeah. The fact I say, actually, your back out to the building code. No more for building code. You're about to the fire code. So fire code, no, your fire code probably I enforce here. I'm not just who should I enable burglar proof. Who sit down? I'm going to insist. There's a fire escape route. Exit. Oh, let's say who should die? I just saw fire hydrants. You see, there was a fire trim. Old Accra. And your fire. Oh, can you? Nobody insists on it. No. Nobody. It's and we are just a step away, one fire spark away from dying. Because what time is that? Just insist say fear. Uber was everyone saying fire extinguisher.
Your name fire service penny by Hukasano pay. Or see luxurious place. They said the whole of East Legon. Omni service station back on board.
Yeah.
That's a jato on one bed.
Because because ye Ghana for no ye de omaima. In fact, we be American. Ye practicing democracy. Ye practicing kakistocracy. Kakistocracy, a system of government or mom we de or my bono. And omuruli. I'm telling you. telling you, we are not practicing democracy. Yeah, practicing kakistocracy. Quote me anywhere. Because you see, come on, you see, right now, president. What's 6.5 years. On my leadership. I feel we're Johnny. No, but in fact, the American has said, yes, Mr. Leadership, I say, but what's a kakistocracy? I'm born a leader, and I'm putting it to you. What's a Kufado bongs? On your leader. Obviously, no, Chester, he shouldn't be. I don't make us one bonkabi. I don't know. Now, Sakadana, your papa company. Lawyer. Oh, make us over. Listen. Yeah, national anthem. Let's say, and we should what? Speak what? Fearless, honest. Yeah. Because leadership. I'm gonna think this. They don't think. Like I'm think here. Mama example. Every year, you say June flood in the sea. The flood in Libya. Road across Libya. Yeah. You say every June, every sea. Yeah, democracy for how many years? Their steps, their strategy, their plan, their program, and I'm going to yet because somebody could have making.
That first topic.
We are spending millions of dollars in the 2 or dome.
I just said more than
43 million.
A year long. America, more than majority of it long. And what? Not because it's only talk. Oh, I say. Now they are just cash.
It is soon to
the whole company.
Everything go. Yeah, water waste. I say water waste. Oh, yes, say water waste. Flag means ABC, Ebekunipa. Now, but your leaders.
But the cast example.
Your leaders. The one that's in your leaders. But your leaders. You're not yet democracy. They want me and to solve any problems. So how much? To put in place systems and structures are about solving generational problems and like aristocracy. Quote me anywhere. They say Ghana has it. We are not practicing democracy.
We are practicing
aristocracy.
Where LED
is that Ghana for Lanka be so. Some of who ya a dumechi for 2 cities. No, they dumechi. Ka papa company. Ka papa personal company. O di be so monsa. Yenye serious nyen dream. Na ye be there command be boss anywhere. Say I serious.
The found something more serious is because we young people in Mapa. And to be able to criticize your own government, now is can one few others level.
First.
No. So maybe and to be crammed can say my fire ban we cramp on almost say me NDC. They should make me the next flag bearer of NDC, so that I'll use the opportunity to fire the government board. I'll just be sarcastic. So the point is that we are Ghanaian first. But for the fact that we young people need to criticize our ban, and now send this to what we young be able to criticize the government. Yamra registration exercise. So we the measure say free lawyer. That's what. I mean, send an embassy for a call shots here in their pocket of violence and near my boy and then I say you see any in the account. Mr. Wa, I'm going to say, what's me and 6 minutes a minute?
No, too. Voter register, no registration, limited voter registration. No, so I think that we follow the discussion behind there. Some of us, we've heard press conferences on the voter registration process, like ECOE at their district offices. And it's been published that they are thinking of the sanctity of the voter register.
So they are protecting it, yeah.
You see, there are key tenets of the Electoral Commission. 1 is fairness, 2, transparency, and then integrity. They abuse all these things in this limited registration process.
And I'm sure you should prove with point how they have abused it.
And then weekend, me call me win about and say Futu constituency. I have special interest. I was there to monitor the voter registration exercise. We create life for NDC, not life for MPP. Obia us mobuano. On friend, no control.
The registration
and it is not.
You saw it.
Oh, I have videos and pictures. There is a queue for NDC and a queue for MPP. To the extent that even Ezibaya wasn't Mambo Frambano, people present food and upon Mokwe, Nidana no Mokoko. What do I MPP? No drama. The MPP, no drama.
Oh, Tinam Muki in way,
Bishop. And no, it's sad. Is that so? I ask myself, is this what you call fairness? Is this what the Electoral Commission calls fairness?
Was that a creation of the Electoral Commission?
But our platform that microphone away in the mazin. And this registration exercise will be our own Yiska cannot take part. But Yiska, how do you travel to the district offices? If you worry about, you would have to take 2 cars to get to the district office. On the junction, you have to walk into me, in fact, dropping because Yiska, to get there. In Yiska, how can you participate? If people have to travel 3 to 4 hours to get to the district office of the EC, how can they participate? So if you don't have money, you are out of this registration exercise. That is not fairness. Another thing about fairness, you cannot take part. Some form of disability, you cannot take part in some of the areas because the accessibility of the place. One of the places, Electoral Commission office on a 3-story building at the top. How can, and I have videos, as I have evidence. How can somebody go up the 3rd floor, only a lift or anything? So, is this what the Electoral Commission is talking about? Transparency. Since I want what's the sanctity or integrity of the voter register. No, to be at the district office, every party has one agent. Some your party agent, and I'm a district officer. How can I tell the our Barber registered you live in this particular community or not? You can't tell. It is no obia to egum.
Jaffe, what in Omabeka said the people are abusing the
guarantor.
It is guarantor system. If Omabeka said they are abusing it. And like you are saying,
why would they abuse it? People are passing people from other places. No one walk. And per our laws, if to stop will be once in the queue. All you can do is to pick a challenge form. And then the review committee will look at it and see what they can do. Indeed, normally, political parties are very smart. Why for one review committee, do I represent all the parties? In the end, as I'm monoko. So there is no form of integrity that they are talking about. What sanctity of the register are they talking about? There is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. Because if you do it closer to the people in the electoral areas, that
is exactly why registration was story building. So now, Sabi, Unipa Kuni Bubueni. Like Oma Jurimono, didn't they factor in physically challenged persons?
They didn't even factor in their own registration. One can say registration looks like they were not ready. The registration machines are some of them cannot even register 60 people a day. How do you, as a maker, you just go independently, you just walk to my house go to places around and go and listen to some of the concerns. And if you look at the number of people, Winneba Secondary School students, in the Damikoto or Winneba Secondary School students, watch school uniforms, away from school. Some of them, what's what you do then walk school for now, watch the school uniform, register. But NDC and MPP fully be more on tails or whatever. So what happened was that people be from morning went to one register, not the walk, and then the following day, not they were there, queuing to go and register.
I can wait my center.
But as at it be 10 p.m. Then go for a line. 10 p.m.
When you say me time registration SS, you better center my secondary school.
Exactly.
Because
these were the things we asked for. that at least provide registration centers at the tertiary institutions, at the senior high schools, so that you are closer to them. Let's say 10 p.m. register. Because why an NDC and MPP inti I should me confirm more on Obaba inti bi mo de pick up it should be the sprinter it should be na accident case here. That is the fairness I'm talking about. If you don't have resources, you can't take part. Now it is the political parties na what to want. Political parties na what fungwa. Political parties na what chensu na eziban for registrant. And you are saying you are not promoting moneycracy. This is where moneycracy starts. Into inducement, abofraben or banana 1 minute because about abofraben and the also the 10 o'clock also like register for what voter ID card. Voter ID card or the day. Now you can't use the voter ID card for anything apart from voting, because first you were using it for banking, your SIM registration, all those things. Now you don't need it. It's only for voting. So what is the incentive for a young 18-year-old to go and queue at 10 p.m.? It's because of inducement. And this is what we are teaching the young ones today.
Teaching them corruption. And
the leader, I will create them opportunity for people to do this is the EC. And you say you are protecting the integrity or the sanctity of the voter register. This voter register, that registration they are doing, I mean, as a serious institution, 2019 you use 1,950 registration centers at Walla Gazette. That's it. You are coming to only 268. I mean, inconsistency. And they be American 2 years baby or how Ghana is unprincipled institutions and leaders and people who are inconsistent.
Okay. The good news is that we are saying now we are lawyers. Wait me up one more hanum. You take a bite on that, but Oshe Nianoka about the old CINA. I'm sure say all the centers were gazetted by Parliament. Now, meaning what the law states. Say CIB gazette electoral areas now. Now say in fact CI for from Maya. It means a CI bakunwa edimo. It's in Bremono. Argentina electoral commissioner no and I commission alpha old gazetted electoral areas na nyadwuma na onu choose limited when it's been gazetted say the house of the people just a Ghana for nyina jatum say use this electoral areas no say there be on be use like person with church and others
in fact excellent
it's not illegal
excellent because you see, no a certain mistaken view. What can say is independent. What can say independent. That's the easy have unfettered powers. Easy no or autocratic. Yes, and that's the question we should be asking ourselves. It's unlimited powers, and you are, and I'm asking that in the light of the fact that a constitution way, you can call it a democracy way. You call it what a constitutional democracy. And the focus of the constitution essentially is to limit OPR powers, including its. But it's not say some amount of discretionary powers in power. So that discretionary powers using capriciously using a fair article 296 or let us say 2. Powers not just using within the context of constitution itself. Because one, the amount constitution article 42 saying, say every Ghanaian who 18 years old or something like that, you have a fundamental right to vote. But we also easy beyond they have a fundamental right to vote, they are
entitled.
The word
entitled
or said that so
entitled. It should be given. It is only be a serve as a hindrance to some entitlement. In my opinion, illegal. One, why your structures? Our structures goes all the way to a police station. Some police station about down in there's a certain sense in that because the local people limited the probability of rigging. If there's a police station, it should not be more than 1,000 people. Say every 1,000,
not 1,000, even 500.
500. I know you new pulling.
Yeah.
I didn't say. Because I mean, the same community. That's also what I say. That's it. This is the first time I say I'm not for take advantage. Because this is the first time I work in district. No one in the police station. Who can also say, friends, I'm for being say I'm quite with you. You see, and now I did citizen card to say your family is very serious. Yes, I cost MPP, I cost NDC. No, then I make a no. You need to you need MPP Ghana, you need NDC Ghana. You're one Ghana. You need MPP Ghana and you need NDC Ghana. Social and Adwa, they will see why you're MPP president. I don't want MPP president. Oh, you're Ghana president. Or responsibility to take off every single Ghanaian. MPP for one. Oh, number one duty. So, what kind of album? Now you're body and my because no aliens have body and my to go for a body and my now to me citizen. Council. In say body and my oh, your money and leadership. What do you say? Into Sarah is issue we say no. If there's one thing that is brought to the fore. It's a culture of lack of consensus building. What the IPAC? What the IPAC? That's a moment IPAC. You have political parties in them brought together. You for me as a bit taking any step beyond a bit affected elections. You see our uncle in I say a kind of old and what's the Debbie that. And they are the major stakeholders in the who is who stake here then? You are just a referee. Elections now, almost 2 forms. Major stakeholders, they say, who say Who did they make about capitocracy? Because a lot of the political parties, political parties, they even forgot about their fundamental rule. What I say, they say power. Your first power is the end in political. Power is the beginning, it's not the end. The whole political party, one of your biggest strengths. In TIA, so you have a very strong democracy. I also allow for multi-party system. Because political party, we expect some of the worst machinery. On make mobilize and galvanize public opinion to certain values, certain ends. So those ends will be benefiting Ghana ultimately. What I say, you say a political party is them on you. The friends offer MPP say, you're a chairman, I'm your leader of the party. I can tell you about 10 of them are functional illiterate. Functional illiterates. I'll tell you. I can tell you about 10 of them. About 10 of them functional illiterates. Party, the community didn't talk about party. Or what the party even stands for. An example.
Set agenda was
but you cannot just make arguments. Say platform so now can say that will be the court. What you are doing and then facts about the responsibilities. I wouldn't give this on doctor. Now, see, your interview general secretary, William. Your interview general secretary. Say, what are the ideas of the party? Was that a party? I just say, JB policy. Hey, Jeff, who you mean? So I JB policy about control, but and only a party ideology. Debbie, after JB party ideology, liberal democracy. Starting from John Locke, and later John Ross. So money DBA was saying it will lead to a property owning democracy. And yet JB Dankwa, see, part of one lead party, they must understand focus and purpose of the party. So all the focus and purpose of the party, then you will not sit down for Obia or see what party must sponsor. Now or pursue an agenda which is entirely in terms of value, in terms of principle, and entirely different from the old party, or standing for, even within your own constitution. Not party that because I won't believe the party, or more anti-party party, and or cover monicracy. What monicracy will lead you to is capitocracy. I feel or more CBO. I'm almost at Dumache, with me, they are building my ladies, my body, my on the ticket backstage. The communist because I had this car. What I say, and it's a me am robber, me a money ritualist. Yes, now my bone cry, no, I mean, Pablo Escobar. Escobar, who's an opposite president of Colombia at some point in time. So, I know cocaine dealer. Yeah, no, Bilonia, drug dealer, or president of Colombia. All editors say, I just say a podium, I just say, a reset of my last Mr. Oka say, is now
revolution.
Positive.
And now I need to subscribe to that view. Yeah, a radical revolution.
Yes.
In the way you're thinking. In the way we, I mean, from middle class form, middle class form. Just a minute, Mr. Middle class form, middle class form. I'm come fuck sabotage here. And I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm not. And I say mine. I'm sorry. Number 7.
It's lawyer.
Yo.
I'm so much Africa.
Omuko kan me dem am say starting can be doing. No to crashing listening to Sibokweku over the weekend no crashing me ma me home because I think I'm beginning to or I'm now convinced say no crashing me other the EC and I say penifo na wo EC hono I think they are serving a different set of people than the citizenry of Ghana. And I say Ghanaian citizens because say we are director of elections. Watch our Ghana system. You understand your role as stipulated our Ghana constitution. Now, near ube to me aka our abontin and publicly they say who the limited registration exercise our districts because more person will protect the sanctity of the register. Me pacho brofo yenyina ye ko school ni bi is Dr. Srebo trying to equate the sanctity of the register to the idea say omu create a challenge for the people that they are supposed to serve and I say even self person protecting the sanctity of a register any amount for going to register as Article 42 are you saying they are one and the same thing? Now, protection of a register doesn't it come with its own systems and policies and regulations that would help you protect the information that you've captured? Now, say you kwa register obi kwan mra ashed mra manosa kwan say all rights so kwa register. Now, no, all what you got to do is to bring out policies that helps him to have access and reasonable sort of input into that registration. Now, the catcher and say because of me person protecting the information I want your database monitoring me restricting access to that registration. I mean how who did you actually think about it? How can you equate protection of a register to somebody registering? It means they are bereft of ideas. The mensa any boss masari munina just ideas are say they run idea because there are two separate activities. One is you actually giving somebody the access and the right to go and register, and then the other one is protecting information that you've got. What has the two got to do with we say nuntina or district offices? In this instance somebody can say because you gazetted over 1,500 sort of centered across. Sure. Many hundred can be, and that is the number one reason why it's important to do these activities in the electoral areas or in the registration centers. The thing is that you don't know people. To me, for example, in Trobo constituency, ubefi ni akraman. Na waba abe agent wo bebia district office wo ewa Amomole. Na we every member that lives in Amomole or even the adjoining sort of towns, your friends and communities, you will never be able to know. If you do it in my local area, as of Pentecost, I can tell you that minimum 60%, 70% of the people living in my district because we know each other. And that is the one reason why I'll be protecting the sanctity of it, because if I'm coming to guarantee for somebody, I will make sure that the person I know him. But in this case, what is happening in practice?
And lawyer, even with the guarantor system, create case because Obi used to be business. Well, when you say, oh, you're foreign now, so you no coffee only Bombay. Or no obey amount. But Uncle area, even though I may guarantee, no back say, hey, but we free. And nobody can challenge that. But how do I? So, in fact, it is this district level way, and a mass impression say, Jin Mensa is either a friend saying, paying just a washer to create a platform for people to actually just create this platform now. We are after there will be continuous registration.
I don't know this time.
What do you have to wait till next year? You see, it tells about you've been around for how many years now and you haven't done it
because of COVID.
Opening Mpacho, don't bring COVID as a because if anything,
COVID times and
COVID mass registration.
Mass registration, of course.
COVID time before 2020 elections, we did a mass registration
against all advice.
So the only reason why there is a delay was that they had a new CI before Parliament and they wanted that to be taken.
Against all advice. Intiniami can say, look at the way IPAC meet there was an agreement or by the next day or two IPAC on the 16th of August meeting be different 17th. Look at the way OEV service in this case we all I mean it's national news say the EC officials are trying to evade service. Look at the challenges. Many they have actually gone to court to try and register their displeasure. Sure, I've listened to a number of groups, including even Onuji Mensa, civil society leader Krano, Ninkrofa Omukase Mami. It appears say what she was and what she is now are two different persons. So who is Jimensa serving when it comes to these things? Sure, in trouble. First day, I think they registered about 52. Second day, they registered about 73. It's 6 days now. Thank God, yesterday they were able to increase it a little bit. But I'm saying, say, backlog, when are we going to? It has to take benevolent support benevolent to help people transport people to the center. Who say illegal? But how else are people sort of registered to vote? What should that the impediments are to Nipa Akwemu, Emma, and Koye? So I'm saying, say, when you look at the things that Jimensa is doing, and especially comment or yeah, weekend, say they are not serious leaders, and no cross say Omuti still no. I wonder. And as Ghanaians, say me will leader as Dr. Surubo Kwekwa. I'll be sad. I'll be very worried. And Jimensa these are the things and when Obi Kokasa, Mosi NDC for the Mokasa do. I'm happy say Andrew. At least some of them have been bold to call out. Memuta Glover, they've called out Jimensa say what you are doing is against your friends say even the natural course of things are papa. Yes, you got independence, but use it judiciously. Now ensure say the people you are employed to serve no be serve you more. Now wait the complain no and no crown na we no more, which means won't obia. And if you carry on like this, how can you help the country grow? It means say and you are doing it. Me I will serve any interest in eventually they will be paid back. And that one, Nyamipe and everything had determined what it is. And I believe Ghanaians are seeing her for who she is and what she does. Because people spend a lot of money to consult, especially the end users. In Abrochire elsewhere, people spend a lot of money to conduct, a service. This animal to know, say, service here may provide my customer, but in this case, openly, people are telling you what you are doing is not right, and yet this woman is going ahead to do it. I'm sure, say, eventually they would also have to come and face some of these challenges. Until we'll see how this goes. Yeah, NDC 4 we are determined to make sure as many people as possible go by the Article 42, and then we help register them. And when we help register them, Nyamiadum Ebeboa Momutumi Akoesai on franchise in 2024. Now about because yes, I did be hard.
And the 1 minute but Alan, is it true, sir? Because we've seen in the paper, say, our partner Green Street and open, because we haven't. In person, use premonition, but that is it. But we, yeah, Phyllis, yeah, here Alan, the party, remember? The party didn't say. Disregard, but the party didn't say.
Alan, so a year statement. I say very soon. Or we catch a Ghana for. We know that. But our party didn't say. I'm coming to you. So they've been to the car. No opinion to control. The opinion is say, Alan Jamante, GTP, one of the greatest ideas programs. Emanin West. See from brand independent. Yeah, better which. Make better which. Ghana for be brave dumb about how church. Now yam be criticize Ghana na. So one Ghana na a bit me a changing normal a critical system what I say among food aspirations no bit me I yes poison
but some more independent munya sure say
ninka say Alan can show you me say Alan say or be can na so much Ghana for
so I don't know opinion
me opinion say
and it's appeal
now my bet na TV so I can say I told
that's
independent you know say at the end of my year
the me ninka so much bio and when you
I'm sure when you what
me tell no to trust me I wouldn't me say no I'm serious
if you want Tuesday meeting no
because in what dream wouldn't you say that's the right way to go.
No, me mad you mean what 10 that.
No, but the point is that in your mind, when you say that's the right and proper way to go.
Because he was unfairly treated, honestly.
I never about unfairly treated. The point is that MPP and NDC for say, oh, we are so strong. No, we are strong. So they can put poison and set to Ghana for.
MPP ni NDC for Gene so strong.
So
you want me strong.
I'm strong, sir.
That's why MPP ni.
They can sell. They can. I'm not the type that means.
Is that because you're independent candidate?
Me can't be MPP now. I said me can't.
Because you know, because I say or independent person.
Who know? And this is a job.
Independent.
I come out because I'm
but they all come with independent candidate.
They're coming. Alan John, position. I don't tell me. Yeah.
Wait you are.
Uncle independent.
Wait you.
Is that GTP? No, I'm not
Egoist.
Father check Ghana for. Now you know so much about Ghana for.
Obeka sada ben.
Minim.
Yes, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday. Tuesday. I don't know whether it's going to be, but I say Tuesday.
Your time so say Alan Tissim, which I know says what Tissim independent. How would that affect the fortunes of MPP? And is that the best dynamics now?
Oh, but everybody knows the weight of Alan, and everybody knows the support. They seen Alan as an individual, and him the hands that are behind him. You understand? And in painful we when they say one man is one Friday in respect, and they don't want the way in truthful. That's why they've not said anything yet. And you know, you see, in a party we shouldn't be treating. There's a serious agenda going on. Even the Alan is all over. Even they are saying they should find breast milk for crybaby Alan Cash. You know, things like that. You could clearly tell is an agenda. And Alan is all over the papers today. Ghanaian Times, partner Green Street. You know, so I think that whatever agenda that they are putting out, they should think of the implications. Imagine there you are just second Alan. Yes, I don't go for be there. Why join the team? Alan finally deserts MPP. Alan never okay. You know, so
no,
but I've not mentioned an Akufa Dudi.
No, the besides has to be a Sakalan, no be a Sakalan.
But it's only say Omuna Plant. Can you yank control? Omuna Plant had when you are. And your system. They should find smoke. They should find
I think Allah. Oh, I say me can be because no matter what, no, me a stakeholder. No cross them Allah. Say me. I think the credit them say it's been hard done by President Akufo-Addo. I think no matter what and how you look at it, just say.
But GTP na domestication or say into Alambra, but.
The truth of the matter is, we as NDC, it doesn't matter what role Alan plays, we would not be deterred because you are determined 2024
Listen, GTP na domestication or say GTP na domestication or say GTP na domestication. All right. I shall come parliament
na yedi jumedi no ese lawyer Pedro Pedro ase lawyer Kojo Mense do ase lawyer Otu Darko nso yedo ase ene team near lawyers ana ne host you know na pocket lawyer just here eti bacho yedi si Africa in a wheelchair one baba support me nyina medamase but me papa ba kwa me pesi me yino pa Seidu Agongo Alhaji Seidu Agongo. Come on. Thank you so much. Madam Christine Michaels, you came to support me in full force. When you are Malecha, I thank you so much. Class Media Group, Penyimbi Obuaye, enemy Myanmar Wufia, you much production team, much longer. Mintimi Mudi, Midobi Biase, Honorable SK Buafo, Palestinian Ambassador, Kofi Amuabe, Kofi Palu, Suriname ambassador opening bi obaye bia me ro few dey afacha me NDC before other political parties. Thank you. Mr. What's all right. Eti yetwa ho but your CFG page for mo bia fa be unse ya bicycle home for so ni free yetwa ho na ganga toilet and to us after the break. Stay on.
Bejano to ni legbe wo ke hwe yin ni keje ba wo kusumi ke boni bi ya la ha boni wo wula ke wo ko jami ni cho boni gadagbe kro wo yo ha elege ni bi kokro mewo kemi o sakumanya wan afebe the Ctv no da jufo kejegmejeje Kenya be mi ni kebo wo ba kaseni wo ba tasi wo ba yo shaku ni mangmegbe ke habomo no yo je wo wo chojo ye Ctv ni legbe